much travel are you going to do this year? Campaign travel?
I mean, that expensing for companies is golden. I mean, the writing off of expensing on equipment when equipment is literally the biggest expense for all companies is equipment. Yeah, that's going to be major for them. All right, now let's go ahead and get into this media analysis. All right, go ahead and start over on the right as we make our way over to the left.
Let's check in on Davos.
My prediction is there'll be more robots than people. Everyone on Earth is going to have one and going to want one, because who wouldn't want a robot to, assuming it's very safe, watch over your kids, take care of your pet. If you have elderly parents, we are in the most interesting time in history.
A robot who takes care of us?
Oh.
Didn't we already?
Oh, why you got to make it look creepy? That better not, I don't know. That better not be the robot. Like, come on now. Elon Musk can do way better than this.
Try that with Biden. The auto pen just cut checks, pardoned crooks, and almost bankrupted us. I want a boss with flesh and bones who I don't need to program and charge his battery. Like the man who never sleeps. Trump is landing back in America tonight after a pretty busy 48 hours in Davos. Mm-hmm. When he was in Switzerland, not sure if you heard, he demoted the UN and created the Board of Peace and packed it with his golfing buddies.
I think, let me see. Yeah, every one of them is a friend of mine. A couple I like, a couple I don't like. No, I like, actually, this group, I like every single one of them. Can you believe it? Usually I have about 2 or 3 that I can't stand.
And in a shocking development, Trump named himself the chairman of the board and called it an honor and hired the UN as his secretary.
Once this board is completely formed, we can do pretty much whatever we want to do, and we'll do it in conjunction with the United Nations. You know, I've always said the United Nations has got tremendous potential, has not used it. On the 8 wars that I ended, I never spoke to the United Nations about any of them.
I mean, is this man Trump really trying to make his own United Nations? He said, look, F the United Nations that's supposed to be bringing peace. Don't worry, bro. We got our own thing going on, bro. We got the Board of Peace. And let's be real, the UN, I mean, they're not really too good at bringing peace around the world. But hopefully Trump's little Board of Peace can actually do something. It's kind of funny that Putin said this is why he wants to be a part of it, because it does sound like Trump is making his own United Nations. I mean, Well, I mean, isn't that a big old middle finger to the United Nations? We got our own thing going on with the Board of Peace.
This is what happens when you say,
and we thought it'd be just for Gaza, but as Trump said, it might be for other countries too. I'm like, oh, so the United Nations actually got, a competitor here. They might actually want to start doing their job.
Sabotage Trump's escalator and Jimmy with his teleprompter. The Trump Board of Peace already
Hey, shout out to my man Josh for following me on Rumble. I just seen it. Appreciate you, my man.
Doing more than the UN. We're building golf clubs in Gaza. The only thing they'll be fighting over now is tea times.
This is a great location. It all begins. See, I'm a real estate person at heart, and it's all about location. And I said, look at this location on the sea. Look at this beautiful piece of property, what it could be for so many people. It'll be so great. People that are living so poorly are going to be living so well.
Look into the future. The Board of Peace is envisioning what looks like Dubai on the Mediterranean. Kind of looks like a Muslim Miami Beach.
Yeah.
But just because it's the Board of Peace doesn't mean we're not going to get a piece of the action.
What about the formation of the Peace Summit? And I was like, is that PIEC?
Now, I ain't gonna lie. The optics of it is pretty savage. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, these people basically did get bombed to hell, had 70% of their land decimated just for us to move on in and build resorts, I mean, on top of the dead Palestinians buried amongst the rubble and in the dirt that, Israel bombed them into. So what is being built on is actually pretty effed up. But I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's really hard to frame this as a good thing, to be real with you. Like, I want to, but on the backdrop on what this was built on, it's kind of like, this isn't really a good look. But I mean, hey, second Dubai, right? That should be cool.
You know, a little piece of Greenland, a little piece of Venezuela.
Elon's got Gutfeld writing his jokes. Poor guy.
The-
But he's right. It's not just a little piece of Greenland. Trump says we're getting full access.
I'm not going to have to pay anything. We're going to have total access to Greenland. We're going to have all military access that we want. We're going to be able to put what we need on Greenland because we want it. We're talking about national security and international security. So we're going to not have to pay anything other than the fact that we are building the Golden Dome and the gold.
Yeah, all Trump had to do was sign a piece of paper and he got everything he wanted. He's like, oh, all right, so you're telling me that I don't have to pay for anything. I don't got to use military force, which would be paying for that. You're pretty much just going to give me everything I wanted because, well, he made a threat. So everybody folded, and now he's letting Europe posture as if they stopped the big bad Trump, but really they handed everything over to Trump. Even Putin has criticized them, going like, whoa, 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 I thought y'all said y'all was going to back Greenland up. Not just sign it over to the man, because that's basically what they did. They signed it over to us. I mean, we got mining rights in certain places. We got permission to build more military bases and to install the Golden Dome. So, I mean, we basically got what we wanted. I mean, you can call it 4D chess at this point if you want to.
Golden Dome is going to be something that's going to be very amazing.
You outsmarted them.
The deal right now, and it's still being hashed out, will give the United States pockets of sovereignty. Basically, huge chunks of territory run like American embassies all over the island. Right now, we just have one military base there. We'll be adding dozens more. We're also getting major mineral rights. We'll get rights of first refusal, and we'll get veto power over Russian and Chinese mining operations. The deal also includes missile rights for the Golden Dome and an enhanced NATO presence. And Greenland not saying no.
We are willing to discuss and do more. We have a responsibility. So let's talk about it through the right channels in a respectful manner. Then I'm sure we can work something out that benefits all of us.
If Greenland keeps behaving, we might let them have a hockey team. And maybe we'll film some movies up there, open up a Walmart. See that, Europe? That's good parenting. You behave, you get a treat. NATO isn't even getting in the way. The chief says it's basically a done deal.
All of this is not about Greenland or the Arctic. First of all, this is about how can we protect ourselves against our adversaries. Our main adversary is Russia for NATO. And of course, we see China massively building up. So let's not be naive about China. But Russia is our main adversary.
The Europeans threw a tantrum and finally daddy came home. But the Germans are jealous. But let's be honest, the Germans have daddy issues.
Protect Denmark, Greenland, the North from the threat posed by Russia.
Well, the last time Germany tried to protect somebody, Austria got invaded. The Germans need to settle down. Germany's like an abusive father. They ignore you until they want something, and then they hit you and tell you it's only because I love you. President Trump says if anything happened to Greenland, we'd be there for NATO. But when something happened to us on 9/11, was NATO there for us?
We've never needed them. We have never really asked anything of them. You know, they'll say they sent some troops to Afghanistan or this or that. And they did. They stayed a little back, a little off the front lines.
We thank NATO for helping us in the war on terror. We thank them a lot.
I mean, let's be real, it's a one-way relationship. I mean, let's be real, guys. If one of these NATO countries got attacked, yeah, they can depend on the United States to solve it, unless it's Russia or China. But outside of those guys, we can solve that problem. But now, if a country was to attack us, would NATO back us up? Because not really, because it seems as soon as we go after our own self-interest, all of them was ready to turn against us. They was ready to it looked like they were ready to fight us. So it did kind of make NATO kind of show their hand a little bit. It's like, oh, so you're also in fear of the same power that protects you. And anytime we exert that power, you guys go off in this, well, I'm be real with you, kind of a pathetic, fearful position. It's like, oh, well, you guys are just going to move 30 troops in, which is pathetic because 30,000, okay, that'd have been nice. But 30? or I think it was like 30 or 50 troops, and you thought that was going to stop America? Yeah, we all know that was good posturing. I mean, and now that we know that NATO came and pretty much written off Greenland to America, we kind of know that it was all just posturing. They had never had no real intention of trying to fight us. They were all just playing tough for the world to see, as making the world think that, oh, somebody can actually stand up to America and make them back down. No, they stood up to us and then they kind of backed down themselves, but they turned to their people to make it seem like, oh, we actually fought back against America. We stopped them from taking over Greenland. No, you kind of written over Greenland over to us. Just like Denmark pretty much gave over the mining rights to China. I mean, kind of did the same thing, except with a different superpower.
The president's point was we can't rely on a small country like Denmark to protect a huge island in our own hemisphere. Even Zelensky gets it. He's calling the Europeans weak wafflers with their hands out.
Hey, and shout out to my man Wright. He says this shouldn't have taken America. He said this shouldn't have taken America threatening EU over Greenland. NATO finally getting the picture. Yeah, that's true. They finally getting the picture that we're not playing with them. It's like, and here's the thing, they're also getting the picture that, yes, we were serious about our Western hemispherical dominance. We're serious about making sure that every country in our hemisphere is aligned with our interests. We're trying to move all the Chinese and Russia influence out of there. They get it now. And I mean, let's be honest, when they pulled up to defend Greenland, it was pretty much defending Chinese interests at that point. And if you don't know, yes, Denmark sold a lot of the mining rights to China. I mean, when Trump said he was trying to protect Greenland from Chinese and Russian influence, it was already too late on the Chinese side. So we'll see where that goes.
Needs to know how.
But shout out to my man Wright on Rumble, man. Appreciate the support. Send in a Rumble rant. So shout out. And guys, let's go ahead and move over to Rumble, man. Let's go ahead and, well, not fully abandon YouTube, but let's go ahead and get off here until these guys learn how to treat creators fairly.
To defend itself. Europe looks.
No, I'd rather bring the business over to Rumble, who don't censor. I mean, I can say whatever I want on Rumble. They don't shadow ban. I mean, all you just need is enough engagement to get your stuff going. And this is one of the reasons why I kind of just ignored Rumble for a little bit, because I thought, YouTube was going to play fair, but they're showing that they're not.
Lost trying to convince the U.S. president to change. But he will not change.
I think the view should speak for
President
itself.
Trump loves who he is. And he says he loves Europe, but he will not listen to this kind of Europe.
Wow, look at Zelensky, all grown up. He put on a suit, got a job, stopped asking for money. And at first, Zelensky cried and stomped his feet, remember? But then he realized Dad was right. That's why Z's calling Trump strong and Europe weak. Sure, Europe was throwing money at them, but does money solve everybody's problems? Sometimes it spoils them. A good parent teaches their kids respect and gives them deadlines. A bad parent just gives them cash and never checks in. Like the auto pen. Biden threw cash around all over the world, tried to bribe his problems away, and the world walked all over him. Biden and Barack Obama got along so well with Europe because they both believed the West was in decline, and they never did anything about it. They just managed their own decline.
Yeah,
this may be acceptable.
I mean, yeah, further selling out to foreign interests. I mean, further selling out to China, which Barack Obama did. They gave the man golf clubs for it. I mean, further, letting Russia get their way with Ukraine. I mean, remember, the annexing of Crimea happened under Obama, and then the invasion of Ukraine happened under Biden. So all of our adversaries actually gained power under these two.
In Europe, but when Donald Trump was elected president of the United States, everything changes. We're in a moment of radical change. These moments come maybe like once a century.
Yo, what's going on, Jet? Just go ahead and make your way over to Rumble, bro. Like YouTube, I'm not even doing it with them. Just go ahead and make your way over to Rumble, and let's go ahead and get the support up over there. And oh yeah, shout out to my man. I think this might be gaming. Let me know if this is you. Wait, it is gaming. All right, yeah. Shout out gaming. He said yep, this is gaming, just different username. Look, broski, ain't you glad we pressured you to get Rumble Premium? At this point, I ain't gonna lie to you. I low-key am. I ain't gonna lie, I was over here thinking about how I could beat the shadow ban. I'm just like, well, I guess the only thing I really can do is bring my audience over to Rumble where they won't hide my content from you guys. That's the only thing I can do until either it's lifted or it might be forever. And like I said, YouTube, they just gonna gaslight the hell out of me. I mean, I've been showing them my statistics and all this good stuff, proving to them that there's a shadow ban or a restriction on my content, but hey, man, you try to tell YouTube something, they sit there and gaslight you until you don't believe your lying eyes. I'm like, okay. After that, I mean, it is what it is. You got to kind of work around it.
AI,
but according to YouTube, my channel is working A-okay, A-okay. You know, going from 100K viewers average on your live all the way down to like 200 or 100. That's normal, guys. That's completely normal. It's not a shadow ban. That's just how everything works, according to YouTube.
Trade, China, it's all happening. And America's taking the lead. Iranian nukes, Maduro, Gaza. Now the Cuban.
Hey, and shout out to my man Chase. He says member for 5 months in the shadow ban. And yes, bro, been here for 5 months. Shout out to my man Chase. But oh yeah, and Chase, bro, try to go over there to Rumble as well, bro. I'm trying to take the gang over to Rumble, and we're actually gonna start having more Rumble exclusive content as well. I mean, y'all can still stay here and support on YouTube and all that good stuff. But shoot, I'm trying to bring you guys over there to Rumble where we can dominate on there, get some good engagement, and we ain't got to worry about YouTube censorship or shadow banning.
The communist regime might be about to collapse. NATO's back together. The TikTok deal just went through. The Taiwan trade deal just got papered. And the Board of Peace, licking its chops, wondering how to price seaside condos on the Mediterranean. Everything is falling into place. But Gavin Newsom's in Davos holding up props like Carrot Top, making gay oral sex jokes. Listen.
You're running around distributing Kneepads to CEOs. And I think
nah, Gaming, you funny as hell. Like, who are you to question YouTube? I mean, you're right at that point. You're right. That's basically what they told me, bro. That's basically what they told me. Who is you to question us? Do not believe your lying eyes. I don't care what your analytics show you. This is how it normally works. I'm like, okay. All right. Yep. I'm taking my people out.
It does handing them out,
and it
does.
I
do have a few, if you'd like.
And
I don't know.
And honestly, it sounds. And
by the way, I'm not kidding. They're the new Trump signature series Kneepads. Yeah, and they are available online. I told you the last one sold out.
I'm crying. Trump Kneepads though. Hey, no, that's funny. Weird Gav bring Kneepads to Davos. I mean, it is kind of weird. Like, oh yeah, and if you're to support Trump, I got your Kneepads for you. I'm like, damn it, that's funny. I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of funny. That's supreme trolling right there. That's tier 1 trolling. He broke out Kneepads. You know what? I might want to I might have to steal that one.
And I just want to
It's a serious moment. It actually
is it?
We laugh. Anyway, these are available and in bulk too.
Gavin stalked Air Force One to Switzerland and waved around Kneepads. It's kind of weird. Gavin officiates gay weddings in San Francisco and
bro got Kneepads on
Kneepads for $100 a pop. What does Gavin think this is a WNBA game? Throwing around sex toys. Where does he get all of these Kneepads anyway? It's none of my business.
Yo, and shout out to my man Monty. He says, so he's like, you didn't do your rain dance with your ice cream on one leg. That's the issue. Oh, and the two-factor identification as well. Yeah, I know. I actually showed Monty one of the messages from, I believe, like a specialist and a manager from YouTube. And that's literally what they were trying to tell me. Supervisor was trying to tell me, oh, no, just stay off for 24 hours. Things will be better. Well, obviously, you could tell that was a lie. So, like I said, I just kind of give up with them. I give up with them. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it with my guys on Rumble. F YouTube.
Then he started whining that Trump wouldn't let him in the club.
I was going to speak last night. It was a well-established event at the USA House. Simple conversation, discussion. After Trump's speech, they made sure that I didn't. They made sure it was canceled. And that's what's happening in the United States of America. Freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, freedom of speech. It's America in reverse.
If the bouncer doesn't let you in the door, don't moan. Just do what Melania says and be better. Who follows a sitting president overseas and then starts throwing around sex equipment? Now, I wouldn't let you in the club either. When Gavin got a chance to speak, he just sounded like Jessica Tarlov, who I love.
I want you to know Donald Trump is an historic president. That's absolutely correct. He's historically unpopular in the United States of America. In every category, he's underwater. He will be remembered in years, not decades.
Gavin's a lame duck governor running for president, and he's acting like one of these Minneapolis mommies with a whistle, chasing down men and getting in their way and screaming. Trump's cabinet's getting kind of creeped out. They're calling him a psycho San Francisco Ken doll. Listen.
The Treasury Secretary described you as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken. The White House Communications Director.
That was the U.S. Secretary of Treasury.
I have a couple more, and then you can respond. The White House Communications Director called you Gavin Newsom, and
Newsom.
Is that kind of discourse from you, from them, good for America?
No, it's deeply unbecoming. Come on, of course it is. It's not what we should be doing. The Treasury Secretary talked about a Barbie doll. It was as if he was reading a diary and had just broken up with someone.
Why is Newsom getting emotional? The only one more emotional than Newsom's Canada.
Canada doesn't live because of the United States. Canada thrives because we are Canadian.
No one cares about Canada. We love them, but we don't think of them, ever. No one else does either. We trade. Sometimes they're in the Stanley Cup. That's it. All of a sudden, after no one's heard from Canada since the 18th century, Gavin slapped on his knee pads and started looking up north.
Destruction is not strength. The Trump administration is weakness masquerading as strength.
Really?
And people need to understand that. I respect what Carney did because he had courage of convictions. He stood up. And I think we need to stand up in America and call this out with clarity. We can lose our republic as we know it. Our country can become unrecognizable in a matter of months, just not years. It is code red.
Does Kneepad Newsom even know what he's doing over there? He's colluding with foreign countries to undermine the sitting president of the United States, the president who achieved peace in the Middle East and got our hands on Greenland.
He don't care.
Trying to
bro, he does not care, bro. This man has a special hatred for Trump. It's all about undermining Trump. I mean, instead of worrying about the unaffordability in his state, the fact that the burnt down homes are not being built and are turned into apartment complexes, he's not dealing with any of that. He's just following around, dick riding Trump, hating. I mean, I couldn't imagine a more pathetic life. Like, bro, you're the governor of California. You should be out there helping California, but except you're all the way over here in like somewhere else outside of California, I think outside the country, crying about Trump. Crying about Trump where there's like, bro, a laundry list of problems going on in your state. I mean, this is crazy. It's crazy how this man still gets voted for. I am amazed. But you got to give it to like the delusion of some of these people in California. You got to give it to them because this is A1 if you think this one. A1 delusion if you think this guy over here is a good leader.
Form an anti-American alliance to take him out.
Good talker, though. I'll give him that.
Could you imagine if Trump, when he was running for president, followed Barack Obama to Davos and told Europe to stop slobbering all over him?
Hilarious.
Politics stops at the water's edge, they say. Whatever happened to the rules and norms that Democrats always say they want to uphold? Gavin only gets attention when he drafts off other people. No one listens to his podcasts unless he has Charlie Kirk on or Shapiro or Bannon. He picks a fight with Florida just so he can debate with DeSantis on Fox. He drafts off Air Force One and makes a scene in the Swiss Alps like he's some sex toy salesman. Gavin could have gone over there like a gentleman and showed off his foreign policy chops.
Yeah.
What's the Gavin Newsom doctrine? I'm interested. What does Governor Newsom see happening in the next 10 years? We look through his little speech. He never once mentioned Arctic security, Greenland, minerals, Russia, Ukraine, or...
No, all things that would benefit America. He did not talk about. It was just the F Trump agenda. That's what kills me about Newsom. I'm like, there's so many things you be talking about, like how this could benefit America or how this could benefit your people or what you can do to better your state. Literally probably the richest state in America. Like, let's be real. California is still the richest state of America, even though millions of dollars is leaving it every year. Still, though, richest state. I mean, you could be promoting that. You could be trying to make that better, but you're over here following Donald Trump around with knee pads with his name on it. I mean, bro, the person who need to wear those knee pads is you, Gavin. You're the ones who need to wear those knee pads because you was on my man's jock. All right, bro? You need to hop off this man's dick at a certain point.
Even NATO.
Like, let
he
it
gave
breathe,
a campaign
bro.
speech to people who can't vote. And he tried to get kicked out to get a headline. Gavin can't make it on his own. He's an empty suit. And the only time he makes news is when he picks a fight with someone successful or his state catches on fire.
Crying.
This pick-me governor is a thirsty clout chaser slinging sex gear for ink. Stephen A., he gave him the spanking he was dying for.
To go over there and to be in the presence of other European leaders speaking against the president of the United States. I'm not down with that.
Not crap.
Y'all might.
All right, damn. A shout out to Rumble. It's gonna go ahead and make me read this ad though, but I gotta read it to you. You've probably noticed Rumble is growing fast and it's not slowing down. They're building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators first and actually protects free speech. And now there's Rumble Premium, an easy way to upgrade your experience with Premium. You get ad-free viewing across the platform, no pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content you came for. Plus, Rumble Premium members unlock exclusive content bonuses like videos, behind-the-scenes drops, and more from your favorite creator, like me. Right now, Rumble is offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. No ads, more freedom, and content you actually care about. That's the deal. And all right, guys, let's get back to the show. And shout out to Rumble Premium. Oh, shout out to these guys. And I know that shout out to Rumble. They help you read out, ads to help you earn more money and all that good stuff. So shout out to Rumble.
I'm not down with that. When we go somewhere else, it's America first. Our problems, our problems. But we ain't taking dirty laundry outside. You don't go on a world stage to disrespect your own house.
Literally.
Which is the United States of America.
Nah, cook, Steven.
I don't like that at all.
Nah, cook, brother. Because, bro, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, hold on, dog. Like, you're talking ish about your own country. I hope you know this. You're talking all the crap you're worried about your own country on the global stage to other countries. And you're the governor of our richest state, of our most prominent state. And you're out here just shit talking the president. I mean, crazy work, but it goes to show you people will turn against America to hate Trump. That's how crazy it is. That's how wild TDS is. People will want the worst for America if it makes Trump look bad. That's where we're at.
And to be in the presence of other European leaders speaking against the president of the United States, I'm not down with that.
Me neither.
Y'all might be. I'm not down with that. When we go somewhere else, it's America first. Our problems, our problems. But we ain't taking dirty laundry outside. You don't go on a world stage to disrespect your own house, which is the United States of America. I don't like that at all. Not even a little bit.
No, and shout out to my man Gaming. He says, imagine being so creepy you feel the need to follow a sitting president around the globe on his business affairs. Trump supporters will use the knee pads when he gets his face out Pelosi's coochie. Whoa! When he gets his face out Pelosi's coochie. No. I ain't gonna lie, that would call me off guard. Like, dang. Guys, make sure to head over to Rumble where all the fun is at, man. Let's go ahead and leave YouTube and let's go ahead and support your boy on Rumble, man. Us guys, they're trying to shadow ban us on Rumble, so we got to go ahead. Well, not on Rumble, but on YouTube. So we got to move to Rumble where there's no shadow ban and they treat all creators equally. At this point, I'm a spokesman for Rumble at this point. YouTube, you're going to turn me against y'all.
The Obama crew gave him another spanking. David Axelrod said this, boy, I tell you what, Newsom's a whip-smart, charismatic Pole. His critiques of Trump are right. But this why can't people just be as courageous as me routine is tedious.
Bruh.
Haven't we seen enough self-puffery in our leaders? Kneepad Newsom's got to grow up, but self-puffery.
That's crazy. Why can't people just be as courageous as me? Routine is yeah. Haven't we seen enough oh wow. Self-puffery in our leaders? That's true. I mean, let's be real. Trump is already a self-aggrandizing figure. I mean, Gavin Newsom is basically doing the same thing Trump is doing. He's doing the same trolling Trump is doing. I mean, like I said, for all this, I hate Trump. I mean, you follow the man. It seems like you idolize. And I always do say the line between love and hate is a very thin line. I mean, it is.
In our leaders. Kneepad Newsom's got to grow up, but there's no father figure in the Democratic Party to discipline him and show him the ropes. Joe Biden's asleep at the beach. Obama's in Honolulu getting neutered by Michelle on Call Her Daddy. Bill Clinton, he's been held in contempt.
Nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Let me see if I can find it, because no, he's not lying, bro. Literally got neutered by his wife on Call Her Daddy. And I'm just like, Michelle, bro, can you just shut the F up and bro, look, I may not even like this guy like that, Barack, but I mean, you don't deserve that type of disrespect, though. And you just disrespecting my boy's name at this point. Damn near, bro. Here it is. Bro, check this out, guys. Check this.
All of that just disappeared. I was a dean of students. I was like, oh, you guys, all of that just disappeared in the course of this whole election. And you now see me as just Barack Obama's wife. So that made me say, what, that quickly, my shoes become the most important thing about me, right? And again, not unique to me. It can happen to the best of us. So I shied away from fashion leading the conversation, but I knew I didn't completely control it. So let's lean in. I was a dean of students. I was like, oh, you guys, all of that just disappeared in the course of this whole election. And you now see me as just Barack Obama's wife. So that made me say, what, that quickly, my shoes become the most important thing about me, right? And again, not unique to me. It can happen to the best of us. So I shied away from fashion leading the conversation, but I knew I didn't completely control it.
So you were, lady, that's all we known you for was the first lady. We would have not have known who you were if it wasn't for Barack Obama. So it is kind of crazy how she has this, I don't know. It's like, you could tell she let the fame go to her head, where she literally thought that people liked her outside of Barack Obama being her husband. Like, lady, the only reason why you got notoriety is because of your husband. Let's just keep it real. I mean, you should show him a little bit more respect, since that's the only reason we even know your name. I mean, you're known as Michelle Obama, Barack Obama's wife, and that's all you'll ever be known throughout time. Even if you divorce the man, we will still only know you as the ex-wife of an ex-president. That's it. That's all you'll be ever known for. So get used to it. That is your faith, and you should be happy about it. I mean, a lot of women should be happy about their name being, well, I'm gonna be real with you, aggrandized by their man. I mean, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. But it is what it is. This is what I mean. Pretty much neuter her husband on Call Her Daddy. Pretty much said that, yo, she don't really even respect the fact that the only reason why people know her is because of her husband. And I guess the rumors might be somewhat true that these two are beefing right now. Because, I mean, damn, why was you throwing your boy under the bus like this?
Attempt for hiding over Epstein. Who else is left? Al Gore? Gore is 77, and we're hearing reports that he was booing Trump's cabinet in Davos.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click.
All right, speaking of my man, Sean Hannity, let's get over to what he's saying, and then we're going to move our way over to the left, and let's see what they're complaining about. Because on the left, man, look, guys, it's already going to be quite the show with these guys.